Like you, I care about our forests and fish. This is a buffer zone, an expanded zone where trees are protected. Here, trees grow tall, providing shade which cools the water for salmon. Fallen trees also create resting pools where salmon can feed and spawn. Buffer zones protect salmon habitat on 10 million acres of state and private land. The Forests and Fish Law. Visit forestsandfish.com. A message from the Washington Forest Protection Association, King 5, and NWCN. Like you, I care about our forests and fish. Sometimes activity on steep and unstable slopes can cause problems. For streams, they're unhealthy. For salmon, they're deadly. But things are changing. Private forest landowners are following the Forests and Fish Law. They're building better roads, controlling runoff, and they've restricted logging on steep and unstable slopes. The Forests and Fish Law. To learn more, visit forestsandfish.com. A message from the Washington Forest Protection Association, King 5, and NWCN. Like you, I care about our forests and fish. There's a law that improves and protects 60,000 miles of streams on Washington's private forests, with no-cut buffer zones that keep waters cool and clean, road construction that limits surface runoff, landslide prevention for steep and unstable slopes, guidelines for sensitive wetlands, wider culverts to improve fish passage. The Forests and Fish Law. Visit forestsandfish.com. A message from the Washington Forest Protection Association, King 5, and NWCN.
Port Blakely has been a family-owned business for more than a century. This Seattle-based company is a family of businesses specializing in sustainable forestry, real estate, and timber exports. Learning from the past and protecting our future resources is the most important part of Port Blakely's story.
My name is René Ancinas. I'm the president and CEO of Port Blakely Companies. My family's owned Port Blakely since 1903. And my great-grandfather was one of those founding owners. The company's been in Washington since 1864 and started on Bainbridge Island. My early memories of the industry were focused primarily through the company and my exposure to it. So my first concerns and my first knowledge were very similar to the same kinds of concerns as foresters and people who've worked the land, which is to do the right thing by the land and take care of it so that you're passing it on, but also as a natural resource to make use of it for the benefit of current and future generations.
Private forests play a huge role in the future of this state. Forests provide clean water, clean air, recreation, habitat for wildlife, and we provide products for housing across the world. It's vitally important to this state, the region, and the world that forestry stays on the landscape.
We've always been very proactive about education, awareness, and making sure that we're proud of what we do so that in the end we're building that social license with the communities where we operate. A lot of what we're doing and a lot of what my role is to make sure that my generation of owners stay engaged and understand what forestry is about, to bring in the experts, the real foresters, to help them understand that. Under the Forest and Fish Law, we have actually improved and done quite a bit of work to make sure that all of our roads and fish-bearing streams, crossings are up to snuff.
20 years ago, every time it had rained, and hard rains in Washington, I'd lay awake at night wondering what roads were failing or what culverts were blocked. And what we've done to upgrade our roads now, I sleep at night during the heaviest rains. When we had the storms of 2007 and 2008, we had minimal damage to our roads. It's phenomenal the amount of effort that we've put in to keeping our roads on the landscape, both for the environment and for the company's bottom line.
Our culture is probably the most important aspect of the company. It is where the values of everybody involved and the passion for what they do and the family's care and passion for the business all connects. It's something that's very organic and it's very precious. It's something that we take very seriously.
I work closely with the biologist. After they tell me we have a fish stream and we have a road barrier, well then I go out and assess it, do a design, prescribe the structure that's best suited for that stream, the gradient, the width. There's a lot of factors that go into each crossing. As a leadership role, we started right out of the gate in 2000. We inventoried our roads in year one. All of our roads company-wide. They give us 5, we got them in 1. Then we started doing our work right the same year we started inventorying. So we started replacing fish barriers. We had basically our whole ownership done in 3 years. The bottom line goals of the Forest and Fish program were to make it so the fish could access their habitat upstream beyond artificial fish barriers, keep the water clean and cool, and keep a viable timber industry moving in Washington State.
I think we're most proud of being able to balance the environmental responsibility that comes with the stewardship of forest lands with providing good returns to the family that owns the company, and that we can have both. We can protect the environment and make a good living for the owners and for all the people that are in the forest products industry.
The most important values are those of integrity, doing what you say you're going to do, being constantly innovative, and being stewards of the resource that we've inherited. These are assets that my generation inherited from the previous one, and we have to take equal or better care than the previous generation to make sure they're here for another one.
A family-owned company since 1864, Port Blakely is a leader in enlightened land and resource management that believes in building a business and a world that is sustainable for generations to come.